Hi there. So for this week's video, we're going to talk about the Olaes Modular Bandage. If you like our content, please give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate if you want to see more of our content to subscribe and leave any comments down below. So compared to the Israeli dressings, these are a bit more expensive. You can get them in various places. I'll leave some links down below. It's what I like to call these Swiss Army knife bandages. The Israeli dressings are absolutely fine, but the Olaes modular bandages do have some extra features which I think are particularly good. And if you've only got a small medical kit and you just want to carry a small number of dressings, I think this is a good choice. To open them, you tear at either the arrows on the end. It'll open a packet up, and inside the new bandage is wrapped in paper, just keep it clean. But I've got one already open to show you. So this is the dressing. The first thing, I've used these for some demonstration, so it's not blood on there, it's just dye. But it's first thing you'll see is it's got a really thick pad. So if you're looking for absorption compared to an Israeli dressing, this is far superior. The second thing you'll notice is this cup on the top. So this cup has two uses. I'll just show you on the side. It can be used to cover an ocular injury, so if you've got an eye injury, that can be broken off and used to protect the eye, particularly if you've got like a foreign body in the eye and you don't want to put dressing directly on top of it, or have some sort of chemical substance in there. This will protect the eye, and then you can use the rest of the bandage or another source to tape it up. What it is actually meant for, though, is to apply pressure. So when you wrap the dressing round the patient, you are putting pressure on this cup, and the center of the cup should be over the point of bleeding, so that's pushed down into the wound, and that will apply maximum pressure at the point of bleeding and therefore stop bleeding a lot quicker. So another good feature about this dressing is that the actual dressing material in here can be removed. And if I just open this little flap, there's a couple of things in here. There is a sheet, which I'll just put aside for a second, and it's actually 3 meters of gauze. So you can leave this gauze inside the dressing and use it as an extra absorbent pad. And even if you don't, there's a reasonable size material, at least equivalent to your standard Israeli dressing on there. But if you have a cavitation wound, which we'll cover in a separate video, is you can use this material to pack the wound, and then any remaining material can go on top to act for extra absorption, and then the dressing laid over the top again. So I'll just keep that to one side for a second. The other thing that was in here is this plastic sheet. So this has a couple of uses. It's latex free for a start. If you have an open chest wound, you need to seal a chest wound. You can use that to cover the wound and then apply the dressing over the top to create an airtight barrier. Also, if you have a small evisceration where you have abdominal organs exposed or protruding, you can use this to cover the organs and then apply the dressing on top, because you won't want a cloth fibrous material on top of those organs, which could cause further contamination. So just put those to one side a second. So the dressing itself has a number of unique features as well. If I turn this little flap over, you'll see it's very sticky, as you'll see. It's got some Velcro or hook and eye substance on the inside. So that means is when you wrap it around something, the first time, if I wrap it around my hand, this goes on the bottom, and then your first wrap of the bandage will actually keep the bandage attached to the person, because it will skewer it. It's easy to do on a limb. What the bandage itself has, these hook and eye Velcro strips throughout. So if you open the bandage and you're in a high stress situation and you might otherwise drop the bandage and the tail end would drop in the mud or unravel and then make it harder to apply, On this bandage it doesn't, because it's held in by these Velcro loops. So again, I'll wind it down again, and then a few inches later you get another one. So you're wrapping this round the dressing, applying point pressure on the point of bleeding. It's sticking to itself through the Velcro loops, and then when you get to the very end, if I just wrap this around my hand a second, so you can see it's sticking to itself already, so you can tell it's not going anywhere. I'm only doing it loosely, obviously it's quite difficult to apply a bandage to yourself. And on the end it has these hooks, so you don't need any additional tape or, you know, to tie off the bandage, because the hooks will just slide into the last layer of the bandage either side and keep it in place. It does tend to wreck the bandages, make holes in the bandage, so I'm not going to do it with this one. But it's very good for a wound. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unwrap it now. If I can get it off again, this is a problem with these. They're just too strong. There we go. There we go. I'll wrap it up as it was originally. You can see the way it's sticking together. So I'll just pull that apart a second. I'm just going to rewind the bandage. So it would be like as you took it out of the pack. So I'm just going to demonstrate on my leg, so I'll just swing the camera around so you can see. There we go, I should stay there. So it's probably easy if I demonstrated on a limb. So imagine I have wound on my limb. I could pack the material, or I could keep the material in here. So we'll presume I don't have a cavitation, and we'll put the pack material back in there. Close that off. The wound goes over the limb, cup over the point of bleeding. This end, with the hook and eye free, Velcro free, goes around your limb. Oops. It's a bit springy. Okay. That attaches to the hook and eye. Then that will go on top, putting additional pressure onto the point of bleeding. And then it's quite stretchy as well, so you can really stretch it. And when applying any sort of dressing, you really want to both put pressure and cover both sides of the dressing to stop any leakage. You can see it's sticking to itself again. So I'm covering both ends of the dressing and putting additional pressure, and then I'll clip this off to hold that dressing in place. I can't recommend this dressing enough. I have no shares in the company. I do have an affiliate link for Amazon in the description, but feel free to buy it where you like. Okay, thanks very much.